Now, a bicyclist is dead after they were struck by a passing vehicle at a busy intersection. What one bicyclist is saying about that area. Also, the man accused of murdering Brittany Zimmerman receives his sentence after pleading guilty. And later, Attorney General Josh Kaul and Eric Toney hold their final debate just weeks before the November election. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. The common sight of bike riders and joggers along John Nolan Drive was replaced this morning by police lights and tape. Tonight, we know a bicyclist was hit and killed at a busy intersection there. It was a scary scene, especially for bike riders who already know how dangerous that spot can be. Catherine Merck spoke with one of them, and she joins us live near John Nolan and North Shore Drives. Catherine?
Charlotte, here at the intersection at North Shore and John Nolan, it's almost always busy in the morning commute, and right now, as you can see, there's cars, there's cyclists and pedestrians all trying to get where they want to go, and that can make for a dangerous situation.
It's a bad crossing.
Former Madison Alder Robbie Weber knew that about John Nolan Drive in her old role, and she knows it now too as a member of Madison Bikes. Thursday morning's crash that seriously injured a 71-year-old bike rider was a sobering reminder of just how dangerous this intersection can be.
During peak commuting hours, or even on weekends when it's very busy, that island gets full. So it's a difficult crossing of a very busy road, and people get impatient.
The intersection of John Nolan and North Shore Drive feeds right into downtown in one direction and toward the always busy Beltline to the south. That means lots of cars and very little space for bikers, according to Weber. She thinks people hurrying to get to work, a restaurant, or a morning meeting can often forget to check their surroundings.
Some of these difficult crossings can make it difficult or scary sometimes for people who want to go places and they need to cross these busy roads.
Weber has an important reminder for anyone passing through this area, hoping to not see a situation like today's ever again.
Be aware that not everyone is going to wait for that light. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but just be aware and watch out for people who may be doing something that they shouldn't be doing.
Again, we know the man who was hit on his bike was 71 years old. Police also tell us that the driver who hit him in his vehicle is cooperating with the investigation. Reporting live in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck with News 3 Now.
Now to an update of a story we told you about on Sunday. The Dane County Medical Examiner's Office is confirming the name of the man shot and killed by a deputy in Oregon. 21-year-old Jose Jimenez died from what the medical examiner is calling firearm-related injuries. Further testing is underway. Officials said police received an emergency call about a weapons violation in the village around 11 a.m. Sunday. 4 hours later, a deputy found Jimenez near Eagle Drive and Jefferson Street and fired their weapon. Details about what led to the deputy to pull the trigger remain unclear. The Justice Department said a gun was found at the scene. No law enforcement officers were injured. Madison police say a man was killed in an accidental shooting on Madison's southwest side last week. This happened on the 7100 block of McKee Road shortly before 6 p.m. Friday. According to police, someone called about someone accidentally firing a gun and hitting another person. The victim was pronounced dead at a local hospital. So far, no one has been taken into custody. The case is still under investigation. Madison police are releasing surveillance photos of this man they say may have snuck into a hotel room and stole a person's wallet last month. This happened at the Super 8 motel along the West Beltline on September 6th. The suspect then began using the victim's credit card shortly after. Surveillance photos show the suspect wearing a custom Kansas City Chiefs jersey with the number 52 and the words King and Marlowe on the back of that jersey. Anyone who has seen this person is asked to call Madison police or submit an anonymous tip with the Madison area Crime Stoppers. A Sun Prairie family has been displaced after a house fire. Fire crews were called to the 200 block of Queen Street just around 4 p.m. yesterday after the residents found their home filled with smoke upon returning home for the day. No one was inside that home at the time. Crews say a fan motor is to blame, causing $40,000 worth of damage. The 4-person family has been displaced until repairs are done. done. Let's check your certified most accurate forecasts now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi.
Well, skies are starting to cloud up a little bit in the backyard, but not looking for any rain. And while temperatures are comfortable right now, they'll get milder over the next few days. So look at visible cloud track. We've had sunshine for much of the day today. You can see clouds coming in from the west. They're much thicker farther to the west, but the air across Wisconsin is pretty dry. And the live view from the Queen Bee Radio Sky Cam in Platteville shows mostly cloudy skies, but there was a little sunshine poking on through. Rain showers in parts of Iowa and Minnesota are moving to the northeast and diminishing as they head into Wisconsin because the air is just drier here. So you can see on 6-hour future track radar, not looking for anything across our viewing area. High temperatures today, middle 50s across much of south central Wisconsin, a little warmer out to the west, closer to 60 toward the Mississippi River. But these temperatures have fallen a few degrees, already in the 40s to the east of Dane County, mainly in the 50s from Madison on toward the west. Right now, Madison at 52 degrees, but across Dane County, 50 in Belleville, 51 degrees in Deerfield, and 51 degrees in Edgerton. Look for skies to be become mostly cloudy this evening. Temperatures will drop off into the lower 40s by late evening. Again, not looking for any rain tonight, but a mild and dry weekend ahead, and even warmer weather for next week. I'll tell you how warm it'll get in just a few minutes.
And are you pleading guilty because you did intentionally cause the death of Brittany Zimmerman?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's been 14 and a half years of questions, concerns, and heartbreak for Brittany Zimmerman's family and people in this community. In 2008, Zimmerman was found dead in her apartment in downtown Madison. Then in 2017, a man who was in federal prison with David Call in West Virginia told investigators Call confessed that he killed Zimmerman. Call was previously a person of interest after DNA connected him to the crime scene. In 2020, he was arrested for Zimmerman's murder, and now closure can begin, at least in part for Brittany's family, after Call was sentenced to life in prison after pleading guilty to Zimmerman's murder. Despite today's sentence, the judge delayed her decision on if Call will ever be able to ask for extended supervision after 20 years. As Naomi Coles explains, Call's long-kept secret is finally out.
He's been interviewed by police many times over the years, and there's been varying accounts from others about what David Call said about that day. Today, in court, his lawyer said Call wanted to finally get the details of that day out there. It started with the door-to-door scam neighbors told police at the time he was trying to sell throughout the neighborhood. In the past, he said he didn't remember or didn't stop at Brittany's home. Today, he said when he got to Brittany Zimmerman's home, something snapped. He was high on drugs and paranoid, and he saw her on the phone and thought he was going back to jail. Zimmerman's fiance found her later, stabbed and strangled.
Glad that he feels he has a free conscience at this point, but we, as a family, have nothing but pain. We have nothing but daily reminders, and we've had nothing but torture for 14 and a half years.
When you take someone's life, you take a lot of other people's lives, too, in the process. And there's a lot of broken hearts here, I know.
Heartbreak from the family in court today, who declined to speak to reporters after the hearing. We have much more online at Channel 3000 from this case, including the last time that we spoke with Brittany's family back in 2018.
Naomi, thank you. With the election now less than 2 weeks away, Attorney General Josh Call and challenger Eric Toney held their second and final debate today. The debate took place at the State Bar headquarters in Madison. Toney, a Republican, is currently serving as Fond du Lac County's district attorney. Call, a Democrat, is trying to win a second term as Attorney General. Toney has been working to portray himself as a tough-on-crime prosecutor. Call has built his campaign around a lawsuit he filed seeking to undo Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban, as well as his efforts to advance gun control legislation.
My Safer Wisconsin plan would invest over $115 million in communities across the state of Wisconsin into things like community policing and prosecution, officer wellness, recruitment and retention, victim services, and mental health crisis response.
We need an attorney general that's going to be serious. People don't feel safe in their homes. They don't feel safe in their vehicles. They won't let their kids go to parks because they're afraid of stray bullets.
The debate is the only one scheduled in the race before the November 8th election. One of the biggest topics for this upcoming election, abortion. And many on both sides have been voicing their opinions. Today, pro-choice advocates gathered at the state capitol for a Speak Out for Reproductive Freedom rally. During this rally, frontline healthcare providers described why they believe Wisconsinites must have the freedom to make their own medical decisions.
Abortion isn't the binary choice that politicians would have you make. You're for or against. No. Abortion is fundamental health care.
After the rally, the group marched to the headquarters of the Wisconsin Republican Party. Right now, under an 1849 law, abortion is banned in Wisconsin, with the only exception being to save the life of the mother. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, an iconic theater sign in downtown Madison gets a little bit of TLC. Plus, Spectrum celebrates the success of its broadband expansion for rural Wisconsin. We'll be right back.
More than 300 murders just last year. Terror at the Waukesha Christmas Parade. But defund the police radical Mandela Barnes still supports eliminating cash bail, releasing dangerous criminals back into our communities. Barnes says,
reducing prison population is now sexy.
Actually, releasing criminals isn't sexy. It's dangerous. Radical Mandela Barnes won't keep your family safe. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Sometimes life can get pretty busy in an active household. So that's why Menards makes things just a little bit easier for you. Start a door design and choose a style that's right for you and everything else you look for in a quality door. Mastercraft offers fast, free delivery on personalized doors to any Menards store. Use our door designer on Menards.com to get your door your way. Mastercraft doors, 11% off at Menards.
A new Chevy is the smart way to hit the open road. The smart way to road trip and seek new adventures. Go a little farther in a new Chevy. Find new get up and go, find new roads. Well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing or get $1,200 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
For Clinton Anderson, our community is his top priority. He's delivered for middle-class families on the Beloit City Council, and he'll keep fighting to lower costs for us in the Assembly. Jeff Klett's priorities are all wrong. He supports dismantling our public schools, wants to slash community services to give tax breaks to his billionaire backers, and he'll vote with extreme Republicans to enforce Wisconsin's abortion ban, which could send doctors to prison. We can't afford Jeff Klett.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. The iconic Orpheum Theater sign is getting a facelift, and the sign was originally installed in 2016 by Sign Art Studio. Today, they gave the 55-foot-tall sign a full inspection, including replacing 1,800 light bulbs, updating the flashing light controllers, and some paint touch-ups. Internet service provider Spectrum is celebrating the completion of projects to expand their high-speed internet to underserved areas in the state. The company's newly constructed fiber optic network build-out is part of the company's approximately $5 billion investment in unserved rural communities. A special event in Janesville was held for the occasion, including guests like Senator Tammy Baldwin. The expansion will provide broadband access to about 140,000 rural customer locations in Wisconsin. Still ahead, the Community Action Center looks to give away winter coats to those in need, where you can get one. Plus, a look at the number of people rolling up their sleeves for a COVID booster and why health experts are concerned. And what does the weather look like for trick-or-treating? Gary has a complete look at your forecast when we come back.
It's the Hy-Vee Red Hot Weekend Cereal Sale. This Friday through Sunday. Get 50% off Kellogg's and General Mills cereal. That's right, 50% off this Friday through Sunday. Scan the code, get deals. Only at Hy-Vee.
Radical Tim Michaels is extremely divisive.
I don't care who I offend.
And at his company, the culture comes from the top. Multiple court filings say women were sexually assaulted, harassed, and pressured to have sex with their bosses.
If she refused demands for sex, she would be blackballed from working on a pipeline job.
Higher-ups dismissed the women as liars and fired those who spoke out.
I don't care who I offend.
That's how Tim Michaels runs his company. Don't let him run our state.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor. Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Nice.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Fall Workwear event is going on now. We're your one-stop shop for quality boots and apparel, offering fair and honest prices on workwear to help your hard-earned dollars go further. Right now, get $25 in Carhartt bucks for every $125 you spend on Carhartt gear, including these men's Carhartt Wedge boots with built-in support for any job site. All Wolverine and Catwork boots are $10 off, and men's Rustler jeans are just $14.99.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
I'll never forget January 6th, watching my fellow law enforcement officers defending the Capitol, defending our freedoms, defending democracy, and then 5 officers died. But Ron Johnson is making excuses for rioters who tried to overthrow our government, even calling them peaceful protests. Johnson defended Donald Trump's lies and even supported efforts to make it harder for some people to vote at all. Senator Johnson's just not for us.
And Citizens United is responsible for the content of this ad.
It's the Hy-Vee Red Hot Weekend Cereal Sale. This Friday through Sunday. Get 50% off Kellogg's and General Mills cereal. That's right, 50% off this Friday through Sunday. Scan the code, get deals. Only at Hy-Vee.
Warnings about a potential winter surge in COVID-19 cases have done very little to encourage more Americans to roll up their sleeves and get the updated booster shot. Data shows interest in getting an additional shot is declining. Mandy Gaither has a look at the numbers and why they're fueling concerns for the fall and winter.
3 viruses spreading at the same time in the U.S. flu, RSV, and COVID-19.
The good news here is that we're not powerless against this. For 2 of them, we have very high-quality vaccines.
But as of last week, the Biden administration said only about 20 million people, less than 10% of the population ages 5 and up, had gotten the updated booster dose, which protects against the original coronavirus strain, as well as the Omicron subvariants BA4 and BA5. The numbers show declining booster interest even in U.S. seniors who are more likely to have been vaccinated against COVID-19 than any other age group.
The first and most important thing people can do is go out and get vaccinated, because that will keep people, kids, adults, everybody out of the hospital at very high rate.
2 early studies suggest the updated booster shots work about as well against BA4 and BA5 as the original boosters they replace, suggesting our bodies have been well trained to fight the original virus, and the additional shots mostly reinforce that response.
The new vaccines keep up. I suspect that there may be another vaccine next fall. But we're getting into a tempo where for a majority of people, it's going to be a once-a-year updated vaccine.
But concern is rising about a potential surge in COVID cases this winter if people don't heed warnings to get their updated booster shots. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
According to a study by the Commonwealth Fund published earlier this month, if more people in the U.S. get their booster by the end of the year, about 90,000 COVID-19 deaths could be prevented this fall and winter. After collecting hundreds of winter coats, the Community Action Coalition is now looking to give them back to those in need. It's the next phase of the Coats for Kids campaign. This year, more than 4,000 winter coats were donated to area clinky cleaners. Those in need of a winter coat dropped by the CAC's warehouse at 1902 Wright Street in Madison, and there they got to pick from a wide variety of coats and other winter accessories.
We're going to have probably 2,000 to 3,000 people come through here to get coats. With inflation, with the economy being what it is, we definitely are seeing the need this year.
Another distribution event is scheduled for tomorrow. It's scheduled to run from noon to 6, and those interested in helping out can call 608-237-2000. 12:55, they will have the latest COVID booster shot for those interested as well. And our own Gary Canaldi was there helping out today, and here he is now with our complete forecast.
Well, it's a good day to look for a jacket. At least it wasn't too cold. I mean, just kind of chilly today, but you can need those jackets somewhere in the future, but not in the immediate future. 3 things you need to know. Look for sunny skies for tomorrow and Saturday. In between, we'll have some clouds tonight and maybe a few more clouds on Sunday, but temperature, it's going to stay dry all the way through next Thursday, even though we'll have some periods of clouds tonight and Sunday. Not looking for any precipitation. That will all stay to our south or to our west, and mild conditions with above normal temperatures expected all the way through the end of next week. Temperatures could be close to 70 for the middle of the week and then drop into the mid-50s by next weekend. But by that time, the average high temperature drops into the lower 50s. Trick-or-treat forecast for Halloween looking nice. Sunny skies, high temperature 63 degrees. And when the trick-or-treaters head out, look for temperatures in the upper 50s. So very comfortable. Weather track across the country. We've got a little weather system out to our west. Now, these showers look like they're heading in our direction, but there's a couple things working against it. Number one, they're moving more to the northeast. The second thing is southern Wisconsin is seeing some dry air. So these showers have been diminishing as they push off toward the east. So at this point, we'll see an increase in clouds for tonight. That'll just keep temperatures up a little bit more over last night. But those showers out to the west should stay out to the west. On weather track, you can see a little more cloud cover here. Those showers out to the west. But temperatures right now are pretty comfortable. They're in the 40s to our east. Madison's still at 52 degrees. Mainly temperatures in the mid-50s to low 50s. A little bit cooler where there have been some showers across parts of western Minnesota and western Iowa. But on future track, again, notice how those showers don't come in our direction. The clouds break up by tomorrow morning. We're back to sunshine, southerly winds, temperatures up around 60 for tomorrow. More of the same for Saturday. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures start out in the mid-30s, but they warm up into the lower 60s. And then as we head into Sunday, notice the clouds coming in from the south, but all the rain should stay to our south. Right now, it looks like we'll see more clouds on Sunday. That'll keep temperatures in the lower 60s, but still, we're looking for above normal temperatures. In fact, the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center shows much of the eastern 2/3 of the country with above normal temperatures. So November will get off to a mild start, but it's not going to last. You know that's going to change. Planning your night for tonight, look for skies to be mostly cloudy for a time. 35 for the low in Waunakee, 34 in Middleton, 36 degrees in Maizomanie. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 35 Prairie du Chien, 39 in La Crosse, and 36 for the overnight low temperature in Janesville. Tomorrow, though, look for skies to be mostly sunny. It'll be pleasant, high temperature, a couple degrees warmer than today at 59 degrees, and 7 to 10 day forecast. Again, dry for the weekend. 63 Saturday, more clouds on Sunday with a high of 62. But then, after that nice mild day on Halloween, temperatures jump up to near 70 for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. A cold front on Friday could generate a couple of showers, but even behind the front, temperatures stay above normal into next weekend.
And coming up in sports, Mike Schmidt preaching one thing to his team: believe. How that word has Stoughton volleyball thriving. Our coach of the week is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What you see is important. How you see is important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Right now, get 40% off lenses with the purchase of any frames. Shopko Optical.
Breaking news in Dallas, Texas, where at least 5 police officers were killed when they were ambushed.
This was the deadliest day for U.S. law enforcement since 9/11.
Just days after this horrific crime, Mandela Barnes appeared on Vladimir Putin's propaganda news outlet and rationalized violence against American police officers.
Police officers are over-exercising their badges. This probably was a retaliatory attack.
Do you want Mandela Barnes representing you in the Senate?
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Life doesn't stop for diabetes. Be ready for every moment with Glucerna. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand that's scientifically designed to help manage your blood sugar. Live every moment. Glucerna.
convicted criminals released. 270 murderers and attempted murderers released. 44 child rapists released. Tony Evers' parole commission has released hundreds of violent criminals early, including some of the worst killers in Wisconsin history. Evers' liberal policies are making our communities less safe. Tony Evers put criminals first and our family's safety last.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Dinosaurs invade the 608 just in time for Halloween. Tomorrow, Josh shares how you can get up close to the giants that roamed Earth millions of years ago.
Plus, we are gearing you up for the weekend forecast. Join us tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
Since 2015, David Stearns has been with the Brewers organization, and the crew have thrived. Milwaukee made the playoffs for 4 straight seasons from 2018 through 2021. But now the president of baseball operations has decided to step down. Matt Arnold will take over his role, while Stearns will move into an advisory role with the club.
Baseball is a big part of me. I suspect it's always going to be a big part of me. I also recognize there are other parts of life. And at this point, I'm looking forward to gaining some time that I haven't really had before. I'm looking forward to taking a deep breath. I'm looking forward to spending time with my family.
Stoughton Volleyball is having a dream season under first-year head coach Mike Schmidt. The Vikings doubled their win total from last season and won their first regional championship since 2016. How'd they do it? Well, it all comes down to one word: believe. From an 8-win 2021
That's it.
to regional champions in 2022.
To make that step to win regionals was insane.
And Stoughton Volleyball did it in Mike Schmidt's first year with the program.
We came into it with like a new coach, and we're all a little worried, like, oh, what's it going to be like? But it's been unreal.
Ready?
The turnaround happened because of a boost of confidence.
My #1 goal was to get them to believe in their abilities, regardless of wins or losses. They're really good volleyball players, and they needed to know that.
And a one-word reminder from Schmidt:
good hands.
Believe.
If you believe in yourself, you're going to play a lot better. And since we all believe in ourselves, I think that's why we're winning. That's just something he emphasized every practice, every game. And we've been working on that since day 1 of practice now, and it's made all the difference.
And this group bought in from the first set.
You could see their mentality change, and they started believing that they could play against good teams and compete. And then that kind of transferred into getting victories.
But Schmidt isn't talking about just winning on the court.
My job as a coach is not just to coach volleyball, it's to coach life.
He wants his Vikings to carry that belief with them.
If we believe, that means we can really get something done. If we put our minds to it, we can get it done. And that just shows that's applicable for so many things in life.
Because they've seen what it can do.
Take them up, take them up.
Stoughton's playing in the sectional tournament right now.
All right, good luck to Stoughton. All right.
Temperatures right now are in the upper 40s to lower 50s. They'll drop into the mid-30s by morning.
All right. Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll see you back here at 10.